Guaranteed Irish Classic, it's Lumps and Megan Scully. Delighted now to be joined by the two Johnnies, Johnny Smacks, Johnny B. How are you?
We're unbelievable, on top of the world.
I'm telling you, I'm loving the wall behind you. I'm here looking at all the stuff. It's absolutely savage looking.
All the greats there. Martin Story.
Mary Robinson.
Class.
Two of them did a lot for Ireland in their own way.
I was just thinking there, I was going to speak Gaeilge to you for a while, but then I was had to say, how is your Gaeilge? Or how are you at school with the old couple of people?
Oh, Ciarcolor.
Oh, yeah. Shingama.
Yeah.
It's usually a podcast. Huh?
The class is shifting at the Gaeltacht, but not like the Irish bit kind of passed me by a bit.
Yeah.
But, I actually wanted to be an Irish teacher, but I just enjoyed the Cayley too much, you know.
Yeah, I think the Gaeltacht became very popular for all the wrong, well, not the wrong reasons, but the right reasons for our age group, but the wrong reasons for the Moontory and the Hishmori.
Bring it back in adult form, I say.
The old 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you know.
I'll tell you what, I think they do an adult version of the Gaeltacht out, like you go out to Dingle and Dongan, or you go out to Connemara or an Islands. I think it's just a case of maybe put a bit of advertising out there. Maybe that could be your next venture, an adult Gaeltacht on Inishir or maybe Inishmore or something.
Watch this space.
Write that down.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We're on something here. We'll team up. We'll do a classic hits live from the Islands with two Johnnies.
We're up for it.
Great, sounds good. We're speaking loads of Gaeilge. Now, lads, the reason we're chatting today is because of the new single. Tell us all about it. Dancing in My Kitchen.
Oh my God, I tell you one thing, Post Malone, all these boys need to just relax. The two Johnnies are back with an absolute summer floor filler.
Yeah, everybody relax. We're here now.
Yeah.
As if 2020 wasn't going bad enough. Two Johnnies have a new single. Look, it's the tune for lockdown. Like, the nightclubs are closed.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to dance at home. This is for the mammies who are stressing out. The children are eating the plugs off the wall. You know, this is for the lads with the step haircuts from lockdown. This is for, you know,
fellas who've become experts in cleaning, you know, all this kind of stuff. Lads dusting and hoovering. This is for these boys at home.
Yeah, a mate of ours is in a relationship with a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, it's tough. This is for them, and asking everybody to keep the head. It's a happy song. Like, if you want to be cool now, you have to write a sad song.
Yeah, I talk about how, you know, warts and
heartbreak,
you know,
and
shoes don't fit and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, your socks getting damp, and then like Mrs. runs away with the postman and all. Like, these are the songs that like I'm hearing on the radio. But we're saying, look, we're not afraid to have the crack, because the Irish people are a great crack, and this song, that's what it is. The video is coming out on Thursday, and it's a load of people who listen to our podcast. They all sent in clips of them dancing in their kitchen. Some of them are brilliant, and some of them were just terrible.
Some of them were very
very, very, like, we were saying to everybody, put your phone sideways, and they're like, yeah, no bother.
Oh, I know. I'm always like, no, landscape, and then it's like, and then you get sent the videos, and you're like, that's not what I wanted, but okay, that'll do.
Yeah, we had to make do with some of them. Some of them then were just downright crazy. There's a lot of people out there who have, you know, they should really consider what they're doing with their life.
It's Irish people who are like, oh, lads, you know, they're like, yeah, we'll send in the video. When are you going to do it? Well, I'll wait until I've drank 19 cans of Linden Village. And then it's like, yeah, dancing in the kitchen. So we love Irish people. They're great. And that's what the song is about.
I can't wait for this video. And talk to us about lockdown. Were you living together for a while during lockdown?
Yeah, at the very start, like when we heard that we couldn't see each other, we were kind of, we couldn't deal with the withdrawal symptoms that were going to come from that. So we just kind of cocooned together in one big, you know, love nest is what we were calling it at the time. It was fantastic. No, to be honest, we'd been traveling so much for the first 3 months of the year until lockdown came. I think we'd only been at home like 7 nights out of the first 3 months we'd been abroad. And it was lovely. The first 2 weeks of lockdown was class. I couldn't believe it. I was just sitting around doing nothing in me boxer shorts all day, eating Pringles. It was class. And then it was like, okay, I'm getting a bit sick of this now. But yeah, we did. We stayed together for a while. Yeah.
We got great work done, though, to be fair. Like, we can record podcasts from home. We got a second weekly podcast going. So your Monday podcast is free, and then the Thursday podcast, you have to subscribe. So that's, like, with no gigs going on, that's how we sustain ourselves. And we feel it for everyone, all the crews.
Yeah.
We want to give a shout, you know, like all the people that we meet on the road, people who now can't work. We're very privileged that we can podcast from home.
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of podcasts, still the number one in Ireland, lads. And what's it, 128 podcasts now? Jesus.
Oh, stop it, you. Stop it.
To be honest, I don't know how we're coming up with the contents. Someone asked me that. It was like, how do you keep it going? I was like, pressure. Pressure. That's exactly how we keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying every weekend. We need to do a podcast.
Yeah. But to be honest, the listeners of the podcast are a massive help in that, like, we always ask for your suggestions and stuff like that, and we ask for people's feedback, and people are great, like, and they send us their problems, and then we get a topic out of it. It's absolutely brilliant.
I know, it's great. It's great. Same with radio. You're kind of like, so we're going to run with this, send in some stuff, and then suddenly one person's message will keep the whole show on the road, and you're like, it's like brilliant. Is that like, how has the feedback been? Has anyone been like really blunt with you, or like how has everyone been? I say you've gotten some interesting replies, have you?
Oh Jesus, yeah. Like if we do something and people don't like it, they'll just message us like, that was dirt. Get rid of that new segment, like, or whatever. Or if the podcast is ever late.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by 9 o'clock Monday morning, there's like 200 messages going, "Where is the podcast?"
Yeah, I thought someone was going to burn our house down on stage there. But I think like most of it's positive, and it's gas because we've always tried to be positive ourselves. Like there's enough misery out there without us going on for an hour and a half every week talking about, like, you know, negative things. So we try and just make everyone laugh, and then you get loads of mad messages from people who are, you know, whether they're in hospital or going through a hard time or whatever, and they said like, that's cheered me up and stuff like that. So that's all we care about, really. Like,
it's giving people a good laugh as well, and just giving them a break from everything that's going on outside.
And it was brilliant for us as well. It gives us some laugh. Like we don't, honestly, we sit down and like we laughing our heads off for an hour and a half. And even if you come in like to the studio in bad form, you're going to leave in good form. And that goes for us and the people listening as well. It's good crack.
I'd say it is some crack. And what about guests? Who have you got lined up now, or have you anyone else for the next couple of weeks?
Well, our next guest is here to meet you. This is William the Stoat. Gareth is our squirrel. He is he's currently on another call. So anybody could pop in for a chat.
Guests are probably more accessible now, obviously, with the likes of this, with Zoom and Skype and stuff like that. So we've got a few people lined up, but we like to get them in studio, because you want when you're chatting to them, you want to see the whites of their eyes. You want to be able to, you know, you can probably push people a little bit further when they're in the studio.
We've had a great mix of people talking about from health and comedians and singers and people with mad stories, people making a living doing stuff from their bedroom that, you know, you wouldn't see in RTE.
Nope.
So like that's it. But people come on our podcast, it's not just like, oh, there's somebody famous. It's like, who's got a good story and who's going to actually be a good chat and let it down. Because you don't want someone to come on and just be like, oh yeah, really excited about the new album or whatever. Like, you want someone to be real.
Yeah.
Irish people can smell bullshit a mile away, and they want someone to come on and be real. That's the main thing about the podcast. Is we're very probably too honest.
Oh, 100%.
100. Yeah. Every Monday morning, there's texts from our mothers going like, "You need to stop telling people what goes on." You know,
too far.
My son and daughter are listening, and you're corrupting their very innocent mind.
Oh,
that happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Speaking of innocent minds and corrupting, what do you think of Normal People?
Filth. No, it was great.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was like it was gas that there was 12 episodes. I reckon, like, you know, they probably could have got it done in 8.
Yeah,
you know? I think so.
They probably could have got it done in 8, but like brilliant, real artistically shot, and it was class acting and the whole lot. Thankfully, I didn't watch any of it with my mother. You know, that would have been a horrendous ordeal for both parties involved.
He was watching it, just going like, "Your man's not that good at football. Like, don't see what the big deal is." Like, he just wants to take Paul Mescal on the skills challenge.
Yeah, and if Paul, if you're watching anytime
outside of the boot, kid, step out.
Yeah, I tore a hamstring at the moment, but when I'm back,
you'll be back with a vengeance. Yeah. Like, I watched Normal People on my own in my room, and then I was like, if my housemates can hear what I'm watching, they're going to think something else is going on in here. So I was like, texting going, yeah, I'm just watching Normal People, just so they're aware of what was going on.
Just to let you know, I don't have another man and a woman in the room with me licking lollipops or ice pops.
That was always the way when you're a teenager. Like, you're watching a film, and there's probably 6 seconds of like kissing or boobs in the film, and that's the exact moment when your man walks in. What filth are you watching? It's like, oh no, they were sword fighting until now, man. I swear to God, you know.
They were playing football. They were just playing football. Actually, I have to ask you as well. What do you reckon if the whole championship, and everyone's talking about, like a few people I know from Tip were saying no, Tip could be the winners 2 years in a row by default.
Yeah,
we take it.
yeah.
As long as we get a homecoming. Skip the All-Ireland straight to the celebration.
Yeah, it's going to be strange when we win a championship if there's not going to be any fans. I just hope that they can get through it and play it in some way. Like even if we're just watching it on telly, like it's better than nothing. But like even the club championships is crazy at the moment. I'm seeing lads digging tunnels into games.
Yeah.
There's men wearing camouflage, walking out ditches. There's cherry pickers. It's lawless down here anyway in Tipperary. I don't know how it is for anyone else.
6 or 7 fellas told the Gates they were physios at our last game. That's a serious debate, honestly, like as to if there's no crowd, should it still be played? And I think the purists are saying, no, it's only worth playing if there's a crowd. But for us, I don't know, maybe because we've gotten to know 1 or 2 county players, and I kind of feel for them that it'd be a whole waste of a year for them. They're still training and keeping fit. And I think even if there's no crowd, I would play it to hell. But that's an unpopular opinion at the moment, I think.
I think it's some crack though, watching the club games on TG Cahir, and seeing them being sitting home and watching them from the comfort of your own home, which is great. It's like, because a lot of those players will never get a chance to be on TV playing hurling or football, so it's like it's a pretty big deal.
Oh, 100%. I still have a video of me playing hurling from 2009 on Sky Plus, so it is a buzz for the club players.
We were watching, somebody was streaming Ross Gray were playing hurling at the weekend, and it meant that for the first time ever, former Tip hurler and Ross Gray man John Carroll was on co-commentary, and I'd say he's never been on a microphone before in his life. It was the best thing I've ever seen. Just the one's gone over the bar. That was a great score. I'd say Ross Gray are going to walk away with this one now altogether, I think. So if you're only showing RTE games, it's like Marty Morrissey here, joined live by the Stoat, whereas like the club game's been streamed.
Raw.
They have to pull lads out of the attic and out of the museum to commentate on games. It's brilliant.
It's some crack, yeah, it is. Actually, speaking of Marty Morrissey, the boy band, that was unreal there on the Late Late Show, the 4E and Tez as well. So what's the update? Is there an album in the works or what?
Well, Comic Relief, yeah, it was a big hit for us. Obviously, Simon Cowell and Louis Walsh are fighting over Marty. They want him to go solo.
Yeah.
We all know he's the real talent.
Yeah.
He's got the moves. He's got the physique. He's got the hair.
The ladies already love him. It's tough. We're trying to keep Marty in the band is going to be the toughest hurdle. It's not about the new material or the white stretch limos or Des Cal's rider. It's really keeping Marty on the straight and narrow is going to be the tough one.
Marty's bedroom on Sunday is like Camogie Trials, Dr. Morris Park now. There's a string of women queuing up in GA gear to have a cut.
People think like Paul Mescal is the GA kind of sex symbol. Like they're wrong.
No,
they're wrong. It's always been Marty, and it always will be.
Yeah. No, it was great crack. We wanted to do something, and we actually put in a bit of effort. I don't know if you saw it. We got to film some of it here, and then we got to go to RTE and record. And we just had the crack. They didn't mind what we did.
Yeah.
We did a bit of Woman's Heart and a bit of Christy Moore, and then it was a chance for us. We kind of half know Marty and Des now. They're great crack, and we were like.
Yeah, they were the right men for the job.
Yeah, I was like, get RT to ring them and they'll have to do
it. You need to be here this time.
Yeah, the personal highlight was like the costume department in RTE. Walking in and having people put you in an all white suit was something I had never imagined. Like as a former butcher, I'm used to wearing all white, but never in a proper white suit on Friday night primetime television doing wrestling.
And just imagine who wore those suits before you.
Yeah, I was sniffing him. I'm pretty sure it was Brian McFadden.
Joe.
Oh, yeah, look, that was actually great crack. So next time it's happening, let us know and we'll all make sure if you tuned in. Now, one thing I need to ask about before we go is the chicken roll situation. How is it going?
Oh, I tell you one thing. You know what I mean? We have some serious problems here in Ireland. Pandemics, Epidemics, nurses aren't being paid enough. They're all big problems in Ireland, but no problem has captured the nation's imagination as much as the Keep Chicken Rolls at €4 campaign we've been peddling.
Yes.
And still to this day, we haven't got delis on side yet. We're still working on it.
Yeah, look, Fianna Gael, Fianna Fáil, the Greens, the Blues, the Reds, Sinn Féin, whoever, Labour, whoever will come in on board with us with the Save Our Chicken Rolls campaign will get our vote.
Yeah. 100%.
I climbed Carn Tool yesterday, highest mountain in Ireland, And what did I eat at the top? Chicken roll. Yeah, and I got down in half the time. I was fueled by chicken rolls.
All that protein.
It's gas. I do feel sorry for deli staff because lads are just coming in like roaring at now. Lads and ladies roaring at saying like, "Come on, €4!" Like,
outrageous!
It's on me hands. It's on me hands. But yeah, we're going to keep that campaign going until we get a fair price.
Yeah, we want some good Irish chicken and healthy ingredients, and keep the young people of Ireland fed on the chicken rolls.
Yeah.
Fueled.
I mean, it fed me all through secondary school and all through college. Actually, in UL we lived on chicken rolls, and only for them probably just wouldn't be where I am today.
It's still, listen, I would put our success 97% probably down to chicken rolls.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm telling you. Johnny Smacks, we could stay here talking all day, and next time I'm going to come into your studio and interview you so I can make sure I can see the whites of your eyes and not let you away with anything.
We'll be looking forward to that, Megan.
Anytime.
I said new single is of course out now, Dancing in My Kitchen, and the video as well. Lads, a pleasure as always. 2 Johnnies. August long haul.
Bye bye.